I'd like to welcome Mike Weaver to our Ojai International Day of Peace celebration with the 2020 theme, Shaping Peace Together. I met Mike as a man who tirelessly plants a field of peace as part of the Ojai Rotary Club. Mike represents for me a kind of inner stillness, being present, listening, and acting from that place. I look forward to hear more from Mike, being a peace advocate.
Great, and Mike, I'll read your bio so that people have a broader sense of who you are and what you're up to in life. So Mike has lived around the US and overseas during his 30-year career with a Fortune 500 corporation. He and his wife Susan moved to Ojai in 1998. He opened his consulting firm assisting small and medium-sized companies and serving as an interim executive to nonprofit organizations for the past 20 years. Mike joined Rotary in 1987, and since 1998, the Rotary Club of Ojai. He presently serves as the chair of the Peace Committee. Mike was past president of the club and served for several years as International Service Director and Treasurer of the Ojai Rotary Foundation. He has also been active in the district level, serving as District Peace Chair. He is current the Peace Fellow Advisor. Welcome, Mike Weaver. The theme for International Peace Day is Shaping Peace Together. From your experience, how best can we do so?
Well, thank you, Brian. I think that we all understand and really value peace. But today I'd like to talk about how exactly we go ahead and measure and do an analysis of what's lacking when we don't have peace. But today I'd like to talk to you about positive peace. Rotary International has been involved in peace since its beginning back in 1914. At our original convention, it established a resolution to aid in the advancement of international peace and goodwill. In 1917, in the midst of World War I, the Rotary Foundation was founded under the guiding principle to bring peace to the world. Rotary was pivotal in the foundation of the United Nations in their original meetings in San Francisco in 1945. In 1985, it initiated a worldwide program to eliminate polio around the world. In 1988, the Rotary president convened the first Rotary Peace Forum. In 2002, Rotary established international peace centers in 6 universities around the world. Since 2002, over 1,300 Peace Fellows have received master's or professional certificates in peace and conflict resolution and prevention from these 6 universities. But what is peace? The United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights says all humans are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They're endowed with reason and conscience and should act toward one another in a spirit of brotherhood. How would we measure peace? The Institute for Economics and Peace started a program a few years ago, and Rotary is a partner with them in trying to assess how peaceful each country in the world is. And so annually they publish a global peace index to measure that the gains or losses in that degree of peacefulness in all 194 countries around the world. We're certainly aware of what we call negative peace, that is the absence of violence or the fear of violence. But the Institute, and with Rotary's assistance, has established what they call positive peace. That is defining peace in terms of the attitudes, institutions, structures that, when strengthened, lead to more peaceful society. Positive peace describes an optimum environment for humans to flourish. What are these 8 pillars of peace that they refer to? One being a sound business environment, economic conditions and the formal institutions that support operation of a private sector, good relations with neighbors, peaceful relations between community of nations facilitate trade and government cooperation. High levels of corruption are avoided because high levels of corruption really cause resources to be inefficiently allocated and result in lack of trust and confidence in institutions. A well-functioning government delivers high-quality public and civil services, engenders trust and participation, and demonstrates political stability and upholds the rule of law. High levels of human capital, skilled human capital, reflect willingness of a society to educate, train, and invest in their people. Acceptance of the rights of others. Formal laws guarantee basic human rights and freedoms, and informal social and cultural norms relate to behaviors of citizens. Free flow of information. Independent media allow open dissemination of information. And finally, equitable distribution of resources ensures the equitable access to resources such as education, health, and capital. Rotary has been utilizing this analysis of positive peace to look at their areas of focus that they provide economic benefits to clubs to have grants that focus on 6 areas of trying to solve problems worldwide and domestically by looking at what is missing as well as what is present. We also can determine what additional things need to be done in order to make peace sustainable in these countries we work in. For the last 110 years, Rotary has been involved in the commitment and vision to promote peace. Rotary's People of Action have used their passion, energy, and intelligence to take action on sustainable projects, from literacy and peace to water and health. We are always working to better our world and stay committed to that end. Locally, the Rotary Club of Ojai has been very active. A couple of years ago, we built what we call the Peace Pavilion at Matilla Hall Junior High. And in the celebration of opening that pavilion, we planted a peace tree that is taken from a surviving tree of the atomic bomb blast in Hiroshima, Japan. Our international service projects, we are active in 8 different countries around the world. These are 3 good examples. Dr. Bob Skanke has been involved for years in training midwives in the nomads in Niger, because there's no doctors. The high death rate of newborns and mothers has been almost eliminated in the nomad population there. Kay Bliss, Leslie Boucher, myself, we were in India a couple years ago, and we have a ongoing $87,000 grant that's just wrapping up at the Bashani School. That's for poor children in Puri. We also, several of us were in Bosnia to work with a women's cooperative in economic development so that they could be more successful in spreading their programs to other needy families, and particularly women who were actually survivors of the civil war that took place there 25 years ago. We've been involved in the Ojai Peace Day for the last 4 or 5 years. And I've really enjoyed working with the children in origami dove making, and our members have been actively involved in that program. This year, we partnered with the Ojai Unified School District to cooperate with Tiffany Morris, the new superintendent, who has introduced a program called Restorative Justice, which really establishes a set of values that the students can use to judge how they interact with each other and what is the right thing to do. Interesting that we found that it mirrors the Rotary four-way test, and so we were very happy to cooperate with Tiffany, who is also a member of our club now, to start a program of awarding 2 students a month for really showing that they have implemented these values in their own activities. This is one example where we provide the students 2 $50 checks. One that's for their use, and one for them to contribute to a nonprofit of their choice, starting hopefully a lifelong tradition of giving forward and giving back to the community. We recognize these children as Rotary Peace Ambassadors. So those are just a few of the things that we're working on. So I'd like to just leave you by just giving you an idea that to look at this as you may not be responsible for world peace, but you're responsible for your piece of peace. So thank you.
Thank you, Mike. It's really beautiful to see the long history that Rotary Club has in peace, and positive peace building, and having so many sustainable hands-on projects around the world. And here in Ojai, this Peace Pavilion, I just love it, and that you work with children to create awareness about implementing the values of positive peace in their daily life. Really beautiful. Thank you.
Yes, Mike, for me as well, having served in the Peace Committee, the local club, and now serving in the E-Club of World Peace, I'm happy that we were able to continue to partner with the local Rotary clubs and create a greater knowledge of positive peace in the world. So thank you very much. And we're just going forward with Peace Day, International Day of Peace. So thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so may all the seeds start to sprout and spread out in the world, that everyone has a piece of the peace you mentioned. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks so much.
You're very welcome.